Okay, so finally we are here for the Heads Up podcast, and this is the first episode. I am Keldi Iboko, and I have some gentlemen here with me. I'll allow them to introduce themselves.
Yes, my name is Owen Brown. I am an online publicist. First of all, I want to thank
The writer, the man who writes for ladies.
No. Don't bring that part in for now. I want to thank you, Mr. Kelly, for bringing up this Heads Up podcast, so we can actually take our. We've been gisting. We talk a lot. we share our opinions on issues from political to whatsoever level. Now we are taking it to podcast, and I'm excited about it.
And Mr. Ling.
Oh shit. If you're Peter Asukwo, aka Links PR, Mr. Links.
Okay. So yes, basically you'll be having the three of us every time, almost every time, except otherwise, where probably one person might have to go for running his own business or one thing or the other. So basically that will be that. So the Heads Up podcast. On Heads Up podcast, we'll be discussing politics, lifestyle, and trending topics around the world. It's going to be based on our own thoughts and our own beliefs. So whatever you hear us say is going to be about us. Yes, and definitely we are all about the pop culture. I doubt if there's anybody that's very old here. Although we have some people with deep voices.
I know someone that has a gay amount.
It's not here now.
You are the person.
Yes, the man with the deepest
How old
voice.
are you?
I'm not
How old are
I'm
you?
25.
Okay, so basically that's what the Heads Up podcast will be all about. So basically you can check us on our website www.theheadsup.com, on our Instagram Twitter and Facebook pages. That's where you'll be updated with the latest episodes, and you can also subscribe. Check on SoundCloud. Yes, check on SoundCloud.
Yeah. We are there.
Live. So we are recording live from the city of Uyo.
I'm excited, man.
The New York of Nigeria.
That was
Okay.
great, man.
So
funny.
there's this question I've always wanted to ask. Do people know Uyo, or people just know us as the Akwa Ibomites, as Calabar people?
Boom. Big one. I want to talk about this particular issue.
You think it's an issue?
Yes, it is.
Since when
because
now?
It is an issue. When you leave the shores of this state, you understand that.
Definitely,
By the
because-
time you introduce yourself as an Akwa Ibomite, the next person will tell you, "Oh, Calabar, what's that?" This is not Calabar. Akwa Ibom is not
You know,
Calabar.
a friend once said that anybody that knows they are from Akwa Ibom and calls a Calabar person, it means the person is an illiterate.
Yes, it's actually it was a post on Facebook.
Okay.
You know, the person came out saying, "Look, state and capital, the thing we learned back then in primary school,
elementary.
state and capital, Abia, Akwa Ibom."
Uyo.
Are you sure you can recite to the end? You know what I'm talking about?
Let me challenge one of us to say it.
Who do you want to challenge?
Okay, Mr. Kelly, I'm challenging you.
Like, why are you challenging me? I was going to ask the question, so why challenge me?
Let's get back to the point here.
Okay.
The fact is that Uyo is not Calabar. Calabar is the capital of Cross River.
Okay.
Alright, so Uyo is the capital of.
I think a lot of
Akwa
everybody,
Ibom.
or like almost everybody, literally everybody knows that Uyo is the capital of Akwa Ibom.
But people out there
yes,
believe that everybody from this part of the world is Calabar, and it is wrong, erratic and erroneous. I don't subscribe to that.
I think
man.
it's
Erratic and erroneous, but not erotic. But it's not erotic.
No, erotic. Do you know the meaning of erotic?
Of course.
I think the problem is a problem that has been persisting. It's a persistence problem, and I think it evolves from perception.
Okay.
You know, most people grow up to know that an average Ibibio or Efik speaking individual is from
You are not,
is a Calabar.
You are not
man.
taking us the way you're supposed to start. Like, It has to do a lot. It has a lot to do with our history.
My opinion is that
I'm trying to say my opinion. You are telling me I'm not.
No.
My opinion is that
What makes you think I will not get?
that
What
we are
makes you
the
think
ethics?
I will not get to where?
Okay, continue.
My opinion is that God believes that we are ethics. That's why in Orthodox churches, God speaks to us through ethics. Yeah, because you hear the prophecies. I mean, I grew up in an Orthodox church, and where I worshipped, Akwa Ibom Church, of course. It's an Orthodox church.
Is it Akwa Ibom Church?
Whenever it's
the name has been changed.
Of course, it's like saying Winners Chapel and Love. Is it how do you call it? Winners Chapel or
Living Faith?
Living Faith. Of course, it's the same name. It's the same thing. We change of name
Akwa
or
Ibom
not.
Church we grew up to
So
know
God used to
has
speak
been
to us through what we called prophecy.
Okay.
And the prophecy used to come in form in ethic. So I believe even God knows us as the ethic people, not like
maybe when the wall of Jericho fell down,
the language
the language I was sharing, the Ibibio people were not recognized. I think it was the ethic, only one ethic man that we had there.
I won't accept it.
But you know what? Actually, there was a man that was being given admission. He was supposed to study ethic and Ibibio.
Okay.
You sitting right here with us.
Okay, right now. Okay, now. Okay, you just said something that
And I think that's the person that would have salvaged this situation right now.
Yes.
But
That's
I mean,
nice.
he disappointed everybody.
No.
And right now, there's nobody to save us.
No. I'm right here to serve you guys.
Okay.
Even though I did not complete the studies. Actually, in the university, they said, like the rest of you,
Okay.
it is Efik Ibibio.
Uh-huh.
The two languages
Combined
combined together.
I think from
To
there
study
you
as a
have been able
department.
to.
So now, if you want to draw the etymology of Ibibio, I think it derived from the Efik. You understand?
Okay.
The Efik is the mother of Ibibio.
Yeah.
You understand?
Of
The
course, of
Efik
course.
Is it because we're carved out of
Definitely
the
has
old
to be.
Cross River State?
But the only thing I don't know-
That's why I was using the word etymology. Etymology means the root. You understand? The root, like the beginning.
But like nobody
You
argued about that now. Nobody said it wasn't the roots.
Nobody disagreed with you.
No. From his question, it actually tends to mean he did not really understand where I was actually heading up to.
Okay.
You know, this is the Heads Up podcast. So everything I will be saying, I'm trying to head
Yeah,
up.
you be giving
I'm trying to head up.
Because people will be listening to us from all around the world. So whatever we are saying, we should be dropping. We'll be dropping knowledge. So we should be giving people heads up about things that are happening.
So in a nutshell,
Okay.
Akwa Ibom State is different from Cross River State.
Yeah.
And the capital of Akwa Ibom State is Uyo.
That's
and
why.
the capital of Cross River State is Calabar. So we are two different people.
I think before that perception will kind of be erased from people's mind, like the Nigerians' mind. It's going to take a longer time. Like we will need more reorientation programs for the Nigerian people. That's why I'm giving a shout out to my former governor, Senator
No, put it where? Senator Godswill Obot Akpabio. Oh, that was the man.
Shout out to the senator. Shout out to the senator.
Mr. Senator, wherever you are, we are 2 fingers in the air for you.
Respect.
Minimal.
No, you don't need no respect.
So,
respect of my name.
like musician.
so let's not forget his predecessor, the past governor.
I was about trying to say each of their contributions to making our state, the Akwa Ibom State, great.
What it is
You
today.
understand?
Okay.
In terms of creating the awareness, making people to know what's happening,
Building infrastructure.
you understand? Building a positive
But like
image for
Akwa
the
Ibom
state.
really made me see myself like a very proud Akwa Ibomite.
Yeah.
Because he was proud.
Before, like I grew up knowing Akwa Ibomites to be housemates outside the state.
Okon,
Yeah.
Ikaite.
Even I still remember
just like
movies we used to watch back then. Every time we had an Akwa Ibomite in that movie, an Akwa Ibomite had to be the gate man
And it
or
was
the
wrong.
housemaid.
No.
Is that how we are having a
It's not
character
about-
as the housemaid?
It's not
or
about
we are
having
having
an Akwa
an Akwa
Ibomite.
or
It's not about having an Akwa Ibomite. It's about the housemaid, the third grade members of the family bearing the Ibibio names, the Akwa Ibom names, which is the Akban,
Yeah.
the Asukwa,
The
the
Okon,
Ekaite,
Okon,
yeah,
Ekaite.
and that's the Enobo will always be the caterer. The Akpan will always be the gardener. This one will always be the guard.
At this point, let's give it up to our former governor because he really tried.
He sold Akwa Ibom to the whole world. He sold Akwa Ibom to the whole world.
He came and told a new story.
Yeah. He actually did it.
He changed he told a new story.
He rewrite.
He told Akwa Ibom story in a new way.
Yeah,
because
in a new way.
Perception changed because of him.
Of course,
I mean, every time Akwa Ibom was always in the news.
So do you mean actually you mean Akwa Ibom was being rebranded by him?
Of course, yes.
That is a key word.
Yeah, he rebranded Akwa Ibom. Beautiful.
He sold Akwa Ibom to the world.
Sold Akwa Ibom to
the world. The publicity was, I mean, it's either we are commissioning something today, or we are flagging off a project today, or I mean,
a groundbreaking ceremony.
No, it wasn't a groundbreaking.
No, he wasn't a groundbreaking governor.
It was always
okay. He's the present guy that is a groundbreaking person.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, guy, I'm exercising my legal franchise.
You are
so
free.
I have the right to say what I feel like saying.
Of course, nobody's doubting.
No, basically,
So
in
now,
Akwa Ibom,
I
we
think
have.
why it piqued interest, our former governor, in the person of Senator Godswill Obodo Akpabio, why he actually piqued interest in rebranding the state is that he spent most of his time after his bachelor's days at University of Calabar. He spent it in the West, that is Lagos State precisely.
Okay.
So he felt. I think he felt the pains.
Are you trying to tell me he was more exposed than his predecessor?
His predecessor grew up in the north, Kaduna precisely.
His predecessor was outside the country.
He was outside
which I want to believe and his wife was even a white lady.
But at the same time, you know that it was kind of a gradual rebranding process. We are talking of change. Change is a process.
You know, like
so
I said,
to rebrand a particular thing, it will take a systematic approach.
It
wouldn't just happen like an event. Change is not an event.
Let's give this
it is a process.
It has to go through a power.
Hold on. Let's not go there. I want us to take a biblical perspective of this particular issue.
Okay.
You know, Obon Ota was the man. He started the whole thing. He came up with policies. He
tried to design against federal government.
Yes.
It was led by
for 13% oil derivation, onshore,
the man
offshore.
that doesn't need any introduction.
Yes.
Our former president.
Yes, so he came in, he designed the state, he fixed the infrastructures, the foundation of it. Okay. But when our former governor, Akpabio, came on stage, he now took the infrastructures from the foundational level to the level of, like, we've heard stuff like, in Akwa Ibom, we have 21st century roads. Okay. We have 21st century hospital. We have Olympic Stadium. We have the largest
roundabout in West Africa.
So
the largest what? Roundabout
in West Africa.
So
I think that roundabout has been dubbed 1 liter. Because people believe that before you finish turning the roundabout, you must have exhausted the 1 liter of your fare.
Definitely, because it's very long and large. Of course, so Obon Ota was John the Baptist.
Yeah.
And Obon Akpabio became
Jesus.
You can see how the state has progressed and has made giant strides. And today everybody is coming to our state. Everybody wants to.
I think about it's actually about what do they call it?
They call it what you want to call it.
I know I have the right to create a word to suit what I want.
Yes,
I want to use a particular word,
which is
I think
it's skipping your memory.
It's not skipping my memory. I'm trying to get it right. I think the right word is it was a continuity in governance.
Good.
Akpabio came and continued from where his predecessor stopped. And since he was a commissioner in the
previous
administration,
so he understood the government.
He understood the master plan of the government. So he knew where to nail. He knew his predecessor had put up some machineries to make things.
I doubt if you are ever going to have a leader that was like that man. I mean, there's nobody that didn't like that. I never loved that man, Senator Akpabio. Everywhere he went to, he was a man that was loved by everybody.
I told you.
Being loved. Almighty Akpabio.
I told you about John the Baptist and Jesus Christ.
I think that leads us to I mean, how do you think, or what do you think someone that is visiting Akwa Ibom for the first time, what do you think the person should learn first, or how do you think the person can survive in this city?
Okay, Akwa Ibom State, being down south in Nigeria.
Okay. Most peaceful state.
One of the
most peaceful, and the fastest growing state in Nigeria.
Fastest growing
you understand?
State and the most peaceful. We just had Super Eagles of Nigeria.
Oh yes.
They just came last week and they played Tanzania.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they were having fun.
Yeah.
I saw them.
And the support in the stadium
was wow.
See, let's be very realistic. Why we had that support was because it was free for all.
Yeah.
Like you didn't have to pay for tickets.
So are you saying if the match was ticketed that the fans wouldn't have turned out?
Let's be very realistic.
No.
The turnout wouldn't have been that much.
The turnout, yes, you're right. The turnout
it wouldn't have been that much. This is Nigeria. This is
Nigeria in a
guy. It's like having a match in Kaduna. You see people all over the electronic board.
It's always free.
Everywhere.
It's always free.
Yeah, because it's always free.
And
and the government had understood that if they had ticketed that match, we wouldn't have had that
in this era of
that much turnout.
I'm not even looking at that. The picture I was trying to paint was if the Super Eagles will be considering our state, our Olympic size stadium, to be bringing up their matches, okay? And the support they had and the peaceful environment.
They'll be giving Akwa Ibom exposure, right?
Apart from the exposure, is enough for anybody to come here and say, okay, I can survive in this state because the place is peaceful. The place welcomes people. And apart from that,
this doesn't attract some hoodlums to think they can come to Akwa Ibom
and do whatever they like. No.
Because I think there was a year the commissioner of police actually said Akwa Ibom is the most peaceful state. And a week after that, we had like 3 bank robberies in this town, in this city. Like seriously, it happened.
I don't know where those machineries came from, but
I don't know.
It could have been from a neighboring state.
I don't know.
I think we should get to
my question.
Yeah. How can someone survive in Akwa Ibom, in Uyo,
as
the state capital?
Someone that's visiting for the first time.
I think Akwa Ibom State, being that we have.
At a point we had a lot of people lobbying to serve in Akwa Ibom.
Of course.
That was the news. The traffic was so large.
And they used to pay to the tune of one of those guys I met, one of the core members I ran into. The guy was stranded. I was trying to help him do what. I was trying to help him do one thing or the other and stuff like that. So, you know what? When I saw this guy, I was like, well, how did you get to serve here? He told me he paid to the tune of 50,000.
Oh, wow. Just hold it right there. Yeah. He said he paid the sum of
50K.
To who? I'll report that person to who?
To anybody.
No, at some point the traffic was large. A lot of people wanted to come to serve in Akwa Ibom. The conferences. Hold on. Who wouldn't want to associate with something?
Akwa Ibom is peaceful. I think NIPR brought their national conference to Akwa Ibom.
It's not only them. There were a lot of conferences.
April or May, and they had, before a corporate body at the national level will choose your state for an event.
That means there's something about it. Yeah. Basically.
So at this point, you see that if the state wasn't peaceful, like someone to survive, I think that is where our
bone of contention
is. I think first and foremost, one needs to understand the terrain. You need to understand the terrain that you are moving into.
Okay.
You understand? You need to understand the terrain before even thinking of getting to understand
Should we say one needs to understand the culture?
Yeah, the culture
of the people.
There. But I was trying to see the steps that leads to the culture, because it's not really I don't see it like something really walking into a place, you don't even understand
how to greet, how to say hi in that people's language,
and you want to go and learn the culture of wearing, how to dress, to dress like them or how to greet like them. Akwa Ibom, we don't really have a special way of greeting like some people like the Yorubas and the rest of those people. But you see, when you come to Akwa Ibom, you have to
hold on.
it.
We have a special way of greeting. It's just that our own way is different from the way people from the West greet. That's what I want to pass across. All right, continue.
Okay, so you see, once the person understands the terrain, you understand the terrain. From there, you move to the culture. The culture entails you knowing the language. You understand? When you know the language, from there, you see how you can get to maybe start dressing like them. Most people, they like wearing star shirts.
Sorry, I'm not cutting. Do you know, in language learning, one of the first things people learn is the vulgar words.
Sure, yeah.
But I was going to ask, why does that happen? I mean, if you go to a place, you are trying to learn their language, and the first thing they make you learn
is the bad ones.
Is the negative words.
I don't know. I think it's something I actually need to research. Let me just personally, it happened to me some years back when I went for my national youth service.
Okay. But really,
the first language I learned in the north in Kaduna was Daniska. Daniska.
What's the meaning?
Stupid, idiot.
But I also learned this.
Like seriously.
I'm also, when I was 7, NYSC, National Youth Corpus.
Yeah.
The first thing I learned about the Yoruba language was Olori Buruku, which translates to English as unfortunate child. It's a curse word. You can see that.
I think it helps in a way, because if somebody is trying to abuse you, knowing that you are just visiting, you are a stranger here, I think it helps in a way. So it's always, to me, I feel it's good to even learn the negative ones too.
Okay, I think again, trying to be very, very skeptical.
Because people might start cursing you, thinking you are a stranger, you don't know what they are saying.
That means you have to understand.
Somebody may even try to dupe you, thinking you don't even know what they are saying.
That is it.
So if you are coming to Akwa Ibom, you should try as much as possible to understand our language.
Oh yes.
Yeah. The basic things we use in communicating.
Yeah. At least
it will help.
At least so that if you are using a public transport, you'll be able to
communicate. You know one thing, one day I was in the class, back then in the West, we were saving. And the students were gossiping me in Yoruba. They didn't even know that I understood them. They were gossiping me in Yoruba. Okay, you like that part?
Yoruba.
I didn't know that I was listening to them, although I couldn't really speak. So at some point I turned around and I told them, oh boy, Yoruba, dear, which means understanding Yoruba, small. You get the point now. So they were like, uncle, you can hear what we are saying. And from that moment, they knew I understood. Then they knew how they would talk about me. They didn't gossip me again. So it is good for someone that is going to or visiting a place newly to learn the language.
I think it's the thing of the mind. I think it is the thing of the mind. Our intuition oftentimes could be so deceptive in that our intuition most times could be so deceptive in that I walk into a place, I feel I'm not being accepted in that place, I feel I will be abused.
So I don't want to learn the people's language?
No. I feel that I will be abused. So I think I should know the abusive words first before wanting to know the real words, in case I am being abused. Because somehow in Nigeria we lack the spirit of acceptability with other tribes.
But we have it in Akwa Ibom.
Yeah, we have it in Akwa Ibom. I'm talking of a general perception. You walk into somewhere, maybe you walk into somewhere in Delta, maybe somewhere you've not been before, and somebody tried to speak one in dialect that you don't know. And you're looking at the person, trying to know what he's saying. And the person
lost. When he was saving, I remember when he was saving, there was a time I called him. He told me that wherever he goes to, he's always looking at people, watching people's mouth. Because
seriously,
to know the next action to take.
To know the next action, you have to be looking at their face, their countenance.
I think that was at the peak of Boko Haram. Insurgents,
How to survive in New York. For me, the first thing you notice when you are coming in to this state, by a road or whatsoever means you are using to come in.
By train,
I think the federal government is trying to do something about it. The coastal rails. Well, let's just hope that they connect us to the rail.
I actually heard the railway was going to stop at Calabar. I didn't hear about Akwa Ibom.
So we are not connected.
We never, I think
The federal government do something about bringing in projects to Akwa Ibom. It's as if you guys don't remember us. The last time we heard you wanted to bring a nuclear equipment
was it factory or something?
or to Itu, which the elders of the state
Rejected
rejected
but
it.
I even think at this point, I don't know if Nigeria as a country, if we are even ready to deal with nuclear. Like nuclear on its own, because I know nuclear is something.
Why do we even need nuclear?
Because I know Nigeria, we are a very careless country. Like
That is what I'm saying.
I mean, so the thing might get people blind, and you know the effect of these things.
It is big. The effect is not something to
and
toil
it's
with
airbound.
and just take it to a place and put it there without the people even
I know we are very,
understanding what
very
is
careless. I
nuclear.
don't know how ready we are
For
this
nuclear.
next level. Yeah, of course.
That's why the elders of the state stood up and
Said they didn't want
At times, maybe the elders of the state were being biased, because at times I don't want to. I'm thinking out of the box right now, because at this level, the state government is not aligned with the federal structure.
It's not about it.
So they might just choose not
no,
to accept it.
No.
You understand?
No. To me, I even feel no.
I feel that
See,
let's
let's look at the danger of these things. Are we ready for it?
It would
Are
have
we
worked
ready?
on it.
hold on. What brought
Are we
us
ready for it?
what brought us to the discussion of nuclear?
You talked about federal government not bringing projects to Akwa Ibom now.
Okay, let's stop it there. Federal government, help us bring project to Akwa Ibom. Don't bring nuclear, bring project, good project. Thank you.
I don't even give a fuck about if they lie. Let them bring water products.
They just commissioned one in Bayelsa.
It's their business.
So,
business.
And I
they
think
survive.
I think most people see us. I think like the Cross River, the Akwa Ibomites. Most people see us like people that are sexually very active.
I don't know where they got that kind of position from.
I think from and somebody actually told me that our girls don't disappoint. Like from what he heard and from what he has actually done, that he can testify that our girls, they don't disappoint.
This thing is a perception.
It's a perception problem. I think the person is being
it's a fallacy.
It's a fallacy. Yeah, it's a mistaken. It's a mistaken belief. It's making one to look like a whole.
Yes.
Because there are 5 cups that looks like the same size with same colors does not mean that they are produced from the same company.
Thank you.
And for you to say that we have 5 cups and it's produced by Elmax and Son Plastic Company, how can you attest to that? You are looking from afar, you walk closer, and you look at it, you don't get closely, you're looking at this thing.
The labels, the company.
Elmax,
But
the other one from
not the same.
But to me, I feel our girls, their attitude is 100%. I feel
Do you know there are so many?
Our girls that we have lovely girls.
Do you know that
we have juicy girls.
People from other tribes are now rushing after our girls.
To every rumor, there is always an iota.
So what are you
There's
trying
always
to
an iota.
What's the iota here?
The truth is, if maybe in the proportion of 10,
One is
You understand?
sexually active.
in the proportion of 10, maybe a greater number is proportionally active.
A greater number.
Yes, in the proportion of 10, maybe 1:10, 1/10.
Yeah, so it means
then you see that maybe
9 is active and
So,
1 is not.
so
6,
will you
you understand?
actually also say that all Igbo girls love money?
Who doesn't love money?
No.
But of course.
It's a perception
Of
about
course.
listeners
It's not.
that Igbo girls love money.
From what he just said, I think I understand what he just said. He said a greater part, which is from the greater part that we are
from
using.
research and sampling.
My
Of
problem is
course.
people
Opinion.
generalize in a certain way that I think it's
No.
appalling.
No.
Kinda.
That is
When
the
you see
we
there are
have
tools.
if we have 7 out of it's like saying okay, if we have 7 out of 10 girls from Akwa Ibom that are sexually active.
Yes.
So how
It means that Akwa Ibom
we are
girls
sexually
are
active because the majority is
Are
more
you
than the
going to-
minority.
Are you sitting down here in this state capital to say that Akwa Ibom girls are sexually?
Yes.
No, I'm not saying
To me,
that.
Akwa Ibom girls are juicy. We know how. In fact,
What do you mean? I don't know what you're talking
So you are
about.
joining what the people outside are saying.
well,
And you're saying
I know
it
our
is
girls
true.
are good cooks. They know how
They
to
can
take good
cook
care of
very
their
well.
homes.
You know they can cook very well, even on
course.
bed. Even on bed. You know, that thing
We
on
have-
bed is,
we
that
have-
mathematics is also.
Excuse me, I'm not talking about
could also
mathematics
be-
here.
be-
We have intelligent people coming out from Akwa Ibom.
Yes.
We can begin to name them.
Yeah.
We have a lot of intelligent people. Like the other day, Facebook spoke about a certain email.
Yeah.
It's not Facebook spoke about. He's the head of partnership.
You can imagine that. You can imagine that.
I mean, he came to Africa with Mark Zuckerberg.
The other day, an award was given to one Ufodebon in Japan, from a university in Japan that he graduated with over, is it close to 5.0?
And also forget that we had somebody from Akwa Ibom that solved the mathematics in a university in Japan. Was it his university?
That's
in
what
Japan,
I'm talking
Japan,
about.
yeah.
Ebon something, Ufodebon or something.
No, it's not Ufodebon.
Okay. But his name has Ebon, something like that. I cannot get it right now, but the guy actually solved a
and
mathematics.
in this country, we also had with Akwa Ibom have also state leads in different sectors of the country.
Of course. In the
Someone-
country,
The first policeman was from Akwa Ibom.
Yes.
Yeah, we've also had
Is it
Central
the first
Bank
policeman or the first Inspector General?
Inspector
of police?
General.
That's
Okay.
the IG of police.
Okay.
Was from
And we
Akwa
also-
Ibom.
And we've also had Clemency. We also had Clemency song.
Williams,
that
was the third person to be commissioned into the Nigerian
Army. You can imagine
I
that.
think in 1953.
And I think even in today's generation, we still have Akwa Ibomites that are doing it.
53.
1953.
Are you sure of what you're saying?
Oh no, I'm
Because we had our independence in 19.
It's possible. I'm not
60.
good at it.
Hey, bro, you don't know when Nigeria had independence.
This guy.
1960. You see the
But I'm not actually
I
sure.
think Akwa Ibom-
Are you sure of the year?
I'm not too sure of the year, but I think I'll get back at you guys. But I know I somehow know the year, but I can't get it right now because I have so many dates of activities of events.
tell me.
But we
Tell us
have
what we
a
don't-
lot of
But
guys,
I think
intelligent
Akwa Ibom-
fellows coming
I
out
think
from
we
Akwa Ibom.
are this set of people that are always prepared, waiting for opportunities. And
Yes,
we also
yes.
create opportunities for ourselves. You understand? That's what they say when preparation meets opportunity, or opportunity meets preparation.
Yeah.
You understand? So Akwa Ibom are hardworking guys. We think out of the box. We are creative. I know we are.
I just want to come out
I know
with
we are.
something.
We are
Can
creative. You know.
Let me just cut you for a while. People say
No, you don't
think-
cut me. Are you where is the Why would you want to cut me?
Okay,
So,
let me just say something. All right, you continue from where you stop now. People say we think out of the box or think out of the box. Okay.
thinking out of the box to me is being
You
positive.
know, a friend once told me that Akwa Ibom is there was a phrase he used, condemned
You
to
didn't allow me to learn.
Condemn what?
Condemned to
delicious, something like
Akwa Ibom's meals.
yeah.
The kind of food we cook here. Okay. They are condemned to be delicious.
Okay, condemned to be delicious.
You cannot
As in
eat.
condemned deliciously.
You cannot eat our food and you know
Yeah.
for more.
But I know for a fact that we have one of the best meals in the whole of Africa. Like at Akwa Ibom, we have one of our meals are like we rank like
Boom.
yeah.
Like
I know we have.
you know,
Afang
Afang
soup,
is
we
so
have
popular
melon.
that everybody
We have
tends to talk about it.
it. You know, some good meals. That's why each time I travel out of the state,
I'm missing home.
I'm missing home because I keep asking myself. I say, what the fuck am I doing? I stayed somewhere in Meduguri where
in Meduguri.
Meduguri.
Yeah.
Guy, have you been to Meduguri?
guy.
Not Kaduna or
No,
Meduguri.
Meduguri. I followed my.
You
my,
fought
my
insurgents
friend.
in Meduguri.
No, I
You
followed
went to
my
fight
friend.
Boko Haram.
No, I attended a sister's
Okay,
wedding.
from-
Fatah. Yeah, that's
from-
how the Hausas call it.
From Kaduna, you went for a wedding.
Yeah, my brother, I could not eat. Even
Are you
the
trying
rice.
to say their food is not sweet?
No, it's okay for them. I wouldn't say it's not delicious, but I think ours is the best in the country. Ours is the best.
Well, you always want to call your thing your best, but apart from that, Akwa Ibom meals
Well,
are
how
very,
is
very
it-
popular
Do
out
you
there.
think Akwa Ibomites? Do you think we are fashionable?
Yeah, we are.
We are very,
stylish.
very fashionable.
We are stylish. We are fashionable.
I don't mean having stash on your clothes.
Oh,
We are, but it's a few. We are not really that much, but I think we are.
I won't
most
say
of
we
us
are not
are
really.
Wait, if
Most
we
of us
are
are exposed.
stylish. We
are
are
fashionable.
fashionable. We can dress. in fact, our own way of dressing. I mean, the way the men dress, the turban we tie on our neck, the tie of wrapper.
Okay, you guys are talking about our traditional.
That's what I'm talking.
Fashionable, generally, culture-wise,
and all that. You know, they say like you are into PR. All right.
Okay.
Before you get yourself pushed out there for a job or something, you can't come and tell me you are a PR person and you're not dressing well. Okay? That's what I'm trying to say.
That is only because you give credence to dressing.
Yeah.
The question was, Akwa Ibomites, are we fashionable?
We are fashionable.
Of course.
Okay. If you guys say so, I think.
So I don't know what how you understood the question. I don't know how you would say. Anyways, I know you studied philosophy, so of course you will always want to be on the opposite side of everything.
No, not being on the opposite side. I always try to lay things side by side. I lay things to see if they work in paripas.
By the way, Ibom Fashion Festival will be coming up very soon. So shout out to the organizers. It's going to be one of the best fashion events that will be at the Meridian.
You know what?
Resort.
I can't wait for the event to come. Like, I'm already excited about it.
So for anybody that's doubting you are fashionable, guy, you need to be there. You need to see what our fashion designers will be displaying, because everybody that's going to be there has to be an indigene.
A special advisor to the governor on tourism, the actress Inedo put up a picture recently. She was actually talking about the Aqua Festival that will be coming up. And the gig is already there. The preparation is at top gear. People are anticipating. I personally, I can't wait for the event to come. There's a part we'll feature in the event, but I think we should not let the cat out of the box.
Let's leave it
at the moment.
Let's keep it at low key.
So to survive in Uyo as a newcomer, you have to think this way. Akwa Ibom is a virgin land. Okay?
And you must greet to. Or they will fuck you up. They will fuck you up. They said, that girl that does not greet, she thinks she's a big girl. Don't worry.
Yes, you have to greet. What I was trying to say is, you have to get in touch with what is happening. The state is a virgin state. Okay?
Virgin?
Yeah.
Of course.
Whatsoever you start here, whatsoever you bring here, you blow. That's the truth.
You are bound to dominate.
And you are bound to dominate. No competition.
Because we have very less competition. We have very few people that are into.
Bros, we have competition, so
guy,
who is competing? Who is competing with
all those big Lagos from companies in Lagos to run down to
who is competing with Mobile?
Of course, they have to come down. We need
them to come down.
We need them.
We need them to come and dominate. We don't care. But what we are saying,
the entrepreneurs that we have here, they are like the pioneers of whatever
they are the guys leading the front. You see, so bringing up or coming with that mind of entrepreneurship is that you're coming to come and start your own business.
And by the way, we are the first set of guys to start a podcast in Akwa Ibom.
Shout out.
Two fingers in the air.
Yeah, so you're about to dominate in whatever you're doing.
Yeah, we are dominating, and we're also thinking in the direction of bringing up.
We hope that we also inspire other guys to start up something like this.
If they want to start it up,
Yeah.
We are also thinking in the direction of bringing up a vlog soon. I'm letting the cat out of the box again, out of the bar again. I shouldn't say that. But as you are coming to Akwa Ibom, just know that you are coming to come and dominate. Nobody's going to compete with you.
Let me object that. When you said you are coming to dominate, nobody is going to.
I said the state is a virgin state.
It makes it sound as if
like nothing is going on here. No,
things are going on.
So I think what you should be saying is that if you come to Akwa Ibom and you start up a business, because you have less competition.
Yes.
Okay, I
it
should
doesn't mean that. Of course, people have
tendency to.
People have this. People have this perception that Akwa Ibom is a civil service state.
Yeah, of course.
It's a civil service state. So, and it's just, I think, like 3 years ago that people started going into
their own businesses, doing craft.
Looking the entrepreneurial way.
So should I paraphrase my statement?
You are done.
Okay.
You are done.
I should let it slide. Okay.
Yeah, let it slide.
So
just let that slide. Recently, I don't know if you guys heard what happened social media where a pastor displayed a Gucci bag that they said it was what?
Is it the Koza? The Koza?
Yeah, they said
pastor?
I don't know his name. I'm not ready.
I know his church.
That he displayed a Gucci bag. They say was what a million. What a million naira.
A million naira.
Well, to me, I don't have a problem with that.
But I have someone. There is this guy that prognosis into people's lives.
Nigerians love trolling. That's
They
the
love
truth.
trolling, right?
They love trolling, not strolling.
Not just trolling.
That's because we have social media. Social media has come to play. I mean, before social media, we had it was very difficult for you to sit down with your friend without you like everything you have to say with your friend, you have to empty yourself because if you don't say it out, you get back home, keep it. But here, because we have social media, you can actually just keep everything to yourself. Go back home. Then you start chatting with your friend. You now start telling your friend what, because he cannot even look into your face. He's not reading your body language. He's not even seeing the expressions on your faces.
So are you saying in essence that the social media is helping us to fake up life?
Of course.
Social
And
media.
that's what has led to bullies too.
That's why on my post.
I mean, you can see somebody calling somebody, yeah, you are stupid, your great grandfather did that on social media, but I mean, that guy can't even
stand in front of you and
say those things.
As someone that has.
So I'm not even surprised that
the greater part of my fans are ladies, women,
Yeah, the ladies man, Mr. Ladies. Okay, by the way, so for the ladies, in case you need a sweet man, I've got a young man for you. His name is Mr. Ladies. If you're
can you stop this?
Don't worry.
So he's the bad guy. In case you need a guy.
His number is 080.
No, not that for now. So basically, to me, I don't have a problem. And you might even find out that the people that are criticizing this man of God, they've never told anybody about Jesus.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
This is a man of God that is always in the pulpit. And why are we Christians? If you are claiming to be a Christian, you are supposed to. That's basically
the life of Christ. They live the Christ life.
I don't have a problem with pastors showing up their wealth.
We should also,
because they are humans too.
We should also consider,
and they are living the life too.
Life to live.
They are living the life.
Not like they stole the wealth.
Of course.
I mean, those are we know in the temple that people used to.
If that company actually gave that man the
that might have been a gift.
Of course. And even in the Bible, you read the Bible, you see that people used to take things to the altar, to the temple. It's not a new thing.
At some point,
we even had
a lady gave Jesus Christ a costly. She actually busted it and poured on him to wash his feet.
And Jesus rode on a colt that nobody has rode before.
He also slept in a upper room in Jerusalem, which was one of the best hotels back then.
So what are people telling me that that a pastor?
No, people still go on with this regimented belief.
They believe that pastors are supposed to be
hold on.
Regimented belief.
Can you tell?
Hold on, man. go and read more. That people that a pastor should be, the poorest in the society. The pastor should live a low profile life.
That was in the 90s.
That's a kid. The pastor shouldn't drive a good car because he is a pastor. And what definition do we have about the pastor? Does the definition of pastor connote with their lifestyle? With the kind of clothes they should wear?
This guy is also a human being like us, so he should live the life.
So when somebody tries to pick up on someone to make himself more popular, I don't understand this. Social media has given people the platform to turn to celebrities and make believe overnight. And I keep asking myself, what is
I actually met someone the other day and I heard something like, she's a Facebook celebrity. I'm like, what?
Facebook celebrity? I also saw it.
So like, what do you mean by Facebook celebrity? I don't understand.
Because you have 1,000 likes on
your picture.
And
you're showing off your ass, showing off your boobs.
Your cleavage is showing.
Okay, tell me, post something about your business. Let me see how many people are going to
like it.
I have a friend that used to have about 800 and something likes. She just launched her brand. You understand? Okay. She told me about her brand. She's into phone casing. I'm not going to mention the name of her brand because I'm not doing promotions for her either. So she's into phone casing. Nice business. A young girl of about 17, 18.
What was the traffic like?
Hold on. She posted the first time. She had about 50 something likes. My dear, I've been monitoring her likes. I don't even know why. I don't even know why, because I know she used to have a greater part. And I went to a conference where a lady, and what's her name? Joyce
Daniels?
Said something about son. So now the girl now has 12 likes. Because why? She's writing about her business, phone casing business. These guys don't give a fuck about your business. All what they want is to fans about.
The truth is, the social media has created a lot of sycophants.
Yeah.
There are so many on the social media that they want to tell you, oh, you are beautiful, you are handsome, your shirt is nice, this is fine about it. But in the real sense,
it's making people have a fake life.
Yes, in the real sense, they don't even care about it. Some of the guys who put up comments on ladies' walls or pictures, they are just doing that to get the ladies' attention. It is not real.
Probably get them late.
So where did these people get this Facebook celebrity from?
Yeah? How do they do it? I don't understand.
Where did they get this Facebook celebrity thing from? And they are coming out to say, do you know I am a Facebook celebrity?
I even went to one program.
You went to a program and what happened?
Yeah, I went to a program and they were saying, and the title of the program was something influencers, and the number of people that came there, all of them, they were like, she has so number of friends on Facebook.
Is it the one?
And there was even one I heard, they said meet greets Facebook. I was like, bros, what was all this? But you see, I don't blame them.
No, I don't have a problem with
Facebook
meet greet party or whatsoever. The only part had a problem.
I think so. The person that did that to sell his brand.
Yeah,
I don't have a problem with that. It's a strategy.
Actually used Facebook to meet and greet. Facebook doesn't know
about that whatever they do.
The event is going on.
It was a strategy to sell a brand.
So they would have used a name like Friends Meet Greet Party, or social media friends, or online friends meet greet party.
No, see, my point. Their campaign was around Facebook.
They shouldn't have used Facebook as a company.
If something had gone wrong, probably people would have thought it was Facebook that.
And if Facebook should sue them, you know what will happen.
Yeah.
Okay. So next time, guys, I know you see or you listen to what we're saying here. When you come up with something like meet greet,
I think it was the first topic that brought about.
Just try to give another name. Don't bring Facebook into it. If Facebook doesn't have something to do with it, put up another name and go ahead with your event. Thank you.
Okay, I think it was the pastor's topic that brought about all this, and so like I was saying, I said I don't even have a problem with the pastor displaying their wealth. I believe a pastor can display whatever he or she likes.
This is business.
Yes.
So
there's nothing wrong about that pastor living his life. He's living his life, my man. I don't give a fuck about that. I like him. You understand? It's his life.
But people need to mind their own business. Nigerians have to mind their
own business. At times we
and let's not forget, today was supposed to be a derby between Manchester United and Manchester City. Okay. And like one of my friends said to the ladies, you need to do what? How did he put up that phrase?
You need to be
a man.
You need to be
a man. And the lady must date a man.
Yeah.
And every man is a man united.
No, you need to leave. Was it City?
And no, you need to meet a man. You need to meet a man that loves you, not a man that loves the city. Okay. Which means that you need to be a Man United fan.
Excuse me.
Not a man.
Yeah, I'm having two Man United fans sitting with me here, and I'm telling them that Manchester City earlier today. So and for me, I'm going to support Manchester City in that match because I believe Manchester City will beat Man
United. I know Man United. I know the game is going to be a draw game or a win for Man City.
Well, whatever is going to happen.
Because
on our next episode, we are going to hear about that.
I personally, as a Man United fan, have lacked confidence in the person of Jose Mourinho. I don't like him.
Sorry, you don't like him.
Okay.
Well, I think Man U is going to stand up against Man City today, and that's definitely.
Cisco
that's what's going to
actually
happen.
spoke about the ladies looking for a man that is not from the city. Ladies, I want to tell you guys, you have to date a man that has a gun, and that man is a gunner. Arsenal for life.
And you must be ready to be. You must be ready to be
To face
under
it.
stagnation for more than.
Story for the gods, man.
But you know that a lot of like
Any woman or lady that is associated with a gunner will always be sitting down watching people going back.
that probably the lady is used to heartbreak.
just be-
You must be used to heartbreak. You must be used to heartbreak.
That's always be clapping.
Yeah.
You know one thing? If you're a lady and you're dating an Arsenal fan as your boyfriend or something, you have to understand that you've been raised to endure. You've been raised to have the ability to take whatsoever the world is throwing out there on you. And I tell you, you are doing the right thing. Do you know what is happening in Nigeria now? Nigeria is in recession.
And you are enduring.
And trophy for Arsenal is also involved recession.
And you need to have endurance.
Okay.
You need to have patience and long suffering
Okay.
as an Arsenal fan.
Okay.
And to survive in Nigeria. So that is what I'm saying in a nutshell.
Okay. So whatever will be the
okay.
case, we are going to discuss that on our next episode.
And
so
I'm
right
supporting
now,
Manchester City.
We are going to round up now so that we can go watch the match and have fun. So I'm signing out, and I'm always your favorite boy, but I'm not taking it anyways. I'm Kel Diboko, and the young men that were with me today. We had Mr. Ifeok Asukwo and Mr. Brown.
You know what, guys? I'm going to miss you guys at this point, but we'll be back in the next episode of this podcast. And I want to tell you, you should remain good. You should stay positive and behave like the president has come out to say that change begins with you.
That one is a death on arrival.
Be the change you want to see. Have values and keep your head up out there and be good. Thank you.
It's a death on arrival, blah blah blah, for Mr. President.
That's for you.
I don't.